Morning, y'all. I just wanted to take a minute at the start of this video to thank you for the prayers from Mandy, and I ask you to keep them coming, please. She was doing better when she went to bed tonight, but she's still a far cry from feeling good, and there's nobody to work for today. So she's gonna have to go to work. She's getting some rest now. But being a manager, there's nobody else. She's got to go. She did manage to eat a little bit of chicken, some mashed potatoes tonight. That's what she wanted. And she's been drinking her Gatorade real slow, getting that in her. Still no fever, nothing like that. The nausea has went away. She's just really tired, and she has managed to keep the food down, so I'm hoping come morning she'll be feeling a little better. Thank you again for all the prayers, and keep them coming. God bless you guys. I love y'all. Hey y'all, welcome back to Papa Prepper. Tommy here. Hope you all have had a good evening. This is actually Monday night for me. I don't even know what time it is. I don't think there's one right clock in this house. But coming to you from the kitchen tonight, so you're gonna have a lot of background noise. I apologize. You'll hear the tip tapping of claws on the kitchen floor and radio in the background, air purifier going on in there, and the reason being, first time pressure cannon tonight. So I'm sitting here patiently waiting for steam. It's like watching paint dry. It's starting to build up. It's starting to barely bubble, just little bitty bits of steam coming out the top. So we should be getting some good steam here pretty soon. And then if I do this correctly and don't blow my pot or my stove or anything apart, after it does steam real good, oh yeah, I just seen a puff of steam. I have to let it steam consistently for 10 minutes. And I put my little weight doohickey thing on there. And then set a timer for 25 minutes. And then at the end of that 25 minutes, I shut my burner off and take the weight off, and it's got a little button on there. It's kind of like one of those turkey things, let you know when the turkey's done. But on this, it pops out when it gets hot, but when it cools off enough to open, it falls back down. And after that falls down, I think I'm still going to give it about 10 or 15 minutes just to make sure, because I've been burnt by steam before and it sucks. Something I don't want to go through again. But anyway, guys, enough about that. I'm probably the only one in all of us that's never pressure canned. So we'll see. Okay, so I just wanted to interject this in real quick that everything I just said was pretty much completely wrong, because I decided to reread the directions and I did it the right way. Just saying. And even after I'm done tonight, I will add on to this video and show you the end product, whether it's good or not. But anyway, okay, as you guys know, Sunday night I think I talked about it a little bit. Saturday I know I did. There's been a lot of different sources coming in, and I'm not talking about the conspiracy, what a lot of people deem as nut jobs, you know. But these are pretty well respected folks in the news community. That sorry if you hear the squeaky toys, that's part of it. That we're looking in the second week of August for this lockdown 2.0. Well, I've got I've got another 2 today that said, which I shared them in my Discord with my Discord folks. But one of them said it was a White House leak, and it was from OANN, which is pretty respected right-leaning news broadcast, that they are working on the speech right now as we speak this week to drop the news that the lockdown's coming. So that will put it possibly as early as next week, which, I mean, is the second week. I've heard a lot of people say, I mean, and this has been 2, 3, 4 months, that August 12th is a big date in a lot of different ways. And I think it's kind of ironic that that's been being said for months, and now the lockdown's coming, the eviction moratorium expired, Senate, Congress, everything, they're on a 6-week recess, started Sunday. It's just like everything is falling on the middle of August. Is that a coincidence? Were these people 3 or 4 months ago right? And they do actually have good intel? It's hard to say. But I think come the middle of this month, we are maybe not the big one, but I think the feces is going to hit the fan. I honestly do, in a sense, because if they lock everybody down, and I mean, we're not going to, of course, you know, there's a good amount, and it's growing. It's growing. It's spreading like wildfire. Maybe wildfire is a bad choice of words right now because, wow, this world is burning up. But it's spreading. It don't matter if you're left wing, right wing. I've said it before. People are fed up with this crap on both sides of the board. And if they go and actually do a federal lockdown, which it might not be federal at first, you know, but I think it might end up being that way. And if I, you know, whatever, that's just my opinion. Don't hold me to that. You know, I'm just kind of, just like you guys, I just sit back and, you know, I read this article, then I'll read that article, then I'll listen to this video, and then I'll watch this news broadcast, and I just sit back. And, you know, I think, and I speculate, and I figure, and everything just like you guys do. So definitely don't hold up any of us creators, you know, responsible for our opinions. Unless you're watching one of the creators, and there's plenty of them out there that we have intel, this is fact, it's going to happen, and, you know, and well, what happened was, you know, then you get that story. So, you know, those guys, they're out there. But anyway, I do believe the middle of August, things are going to heat up a lot. So I beg you guys to go out, use this week, use the next, from tonight until whatever after the first 2 weeks of August holds, because if they're right, August 12th is, I believe, next Thursday. So it would give you from, when you see this, it'll be Tuesday, so it'll give you 9 days, 8 days, not counting Thursday, to get what you need to get to possibly hunker down for a while. Not saying that you have to comply with the lockdown. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this lockdown might bring a lot of wicked things your way. People are all, you know, all these evictions and whatnot, people are already desperate. And if you're telling people they got to lock down, then maybe that'll save the evicted folks. I don't know. I don't know how any of that works. My heart goes out to the folks being evicted, but at the same time, you know, it's got to stop sometime. The people that own these places that aren't getting paid rent, a lot of them are selling off their stuff just because they have to. You know, people's lived there for a year rent free. And I mean, some of them genuinely needed that. I understand it. Don't jump on me. Don't, I'm not taking sides. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying both sides you have to be able to understand and relate to. People's owed you money and owed you money and owed you money and owed you money for months and months and months and months. And there's no way you'll ever be able to catch that up. And I mean, it's got to give at some point. But anyway, where I'm going with this is that gives you roughly 8 days. And not just because I say so, whatever, please don't do that. But just, if you watch enough of us creators, and you watch the news, and even New York Times and Washington Post, for some reason DC is even cracking down on them because they're starting to spit a little bit of truth, and DC's not happy about it. We all have known the New York Times and Washington Post is right there in their hip pocket. Well, they're starting to spit some truth, and it's not, DC's not happy about it. So they're actually starting to come down on them. And, when the fake news is starting to report what we've all been saying and what we all know is fact, it might be a good idea to really start getting your affairs in order. Like I said again, all this is my speculating, my opinion. Don't take it as gospel. Still, do your own research, look into everything, But I really feel it in my gut, and I've been saying that for the last couple weeks. At first, I said around the 1st of September, and it could still be. But a lot of folks are pointing to 2 weeks into August. So at that point, I put my feeling to the side and bring to you what seems to be the general opinion, and that being that we don't have till September. And if it's, if the reason I keep saying I believe it will end up being a federal mandate is because if they just recommend people to lock down and recommend businesses to close, and nobody's going to do it. I mean, federal or not, it would take them having road closures, checkpoints, that's the only way they're going to make me stay at my house. And even then, I'm not staying inside. There ain't no way. You cannot make me stay inside my own house. I got my own little piece of the earth right here. I can be anywhere I want to on this acre and a half. But if it's all just recommended, they're not going to get the outcome that they're pushing for. So that's why I believe we're getting some good steam, guys. That's why I believe in my gut that it will end up being a federal lockdown. And if that happens, people are going to lose their mind. If that happens, our economy is done. If that happens, there'll be no more mom and pops places because they will absolutely force them to close. They won't have the option of bucking the system and staying open anyway like they did last time. A lot of little mom and pop shops did that, and they stayed afloat, barely, but they kept their head above water. But this time, if it's federal and they absolutely, you shut it down or you're going to jail. Either way, they go to jail, they lose their business. They shut it down, they're going to lose their business. And that's what they want. They want us to completely depend on them, being the government, and major corporations like Walmart, Kroger. I don't know about Myers, and littler outlets like that, or littler businesses like that. But definitely like Walmart, I mean, they're thick as thieves in with politics and the government. We all know that. Target, they're the same way, maybe worse. But as far as, just like our little mom and pops, spots, little bitty stuff like that, it's going to be a thing of the past. Like I said, there was some fortunate enough to keep their head above water, and that's probably because they are good businessmen and women, and they had a very good nest egg built up to fall back on to keep their business afloat. But now, you know, after this past year and a half, almost 2 years, those nest eggs that kept them afloat, they're gone. And there's no way they've had enough time to rebuild it. So I definitely, if they carry this out, literally life as we know it's probably over. And it's sad. Alright, I'm getting some very consistent steam, so I need to set a timer right quick, guys. Alright, so anyway, guys, what it all comes down to, oh, no, okay, that's right, never mind. What it all comes down to is if you got the means, you know, we've all been screaming this for the last year. You know, stack it, get your food, get your water, you know, get everything, you know, figured out to it, you know, as close to a T as you can of exactly what you're going to need, how much you're going to need of what, and get it in place. Because regardless if this lockdown happens or not, you know, Israel's been given the go-ahead for retaliation against Iran. We're backing them. The UN's backing them. Now it's just going to take one more little thing, or, you know, whenever Israel decides, and we're possibly going into World War III. You know, even if this lockdown don't happen, there's a lot of things going on right now. There's a lot of pokers in the fire. So I can't beg you enough to get out, get what you need, as much of it as you can. As far as the food, the water, you know, winter's coming. You got a source of heat. Do you have a way to cook without electricity? You know, I mean, it's that time of year again. You know, we're right back to almost fall again. You know, it's starting the cycle all over again. And we've heard several times warning about long, dark winters. So there's another, you know, you got that to think about. But this next looming immediate threat, I think, is the lockdown. Like I said, if it ends up being a federal, people are going to lose their minds. So you might want to be ready to hunker down and be out as little as possible. Think, oh yeah, she's steaming good now, boy. Uh-oh. What is that? Oh, that's the little pop-up thing. Okay. It's like, why is it steaming in the front? Damn, I hope my house ain't getting ready to blow up. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up so I can move somewhere else. No. Well, y'all, I think I might have found success. I'm now letting the canner depressurize. So I thought I'd come back, and I'm tired. It's going on 12:30. Why? Why would you start canning at like 10 o'clock at night? I guess I figured if I messed it up, I'd be the only one to get blown up. I don't know. Anyway, that's where we're at right now. Patiently waiting. And I need to reiterate, is that the right word? What I said earlier, that I needed to set my time for 25 minutes when I put my weight on. That is incorrect. Once you put your weight on, you got to get your pressure up to where it's supposed to be, and for me it was 11 pounds. So once it reaches that point, then you set your 25 minutes or however long your recipe calls for. So I don't want her to put that in there so nobody says, you did it wrong. those are no good. I read just to double check before I proceeded. Yeah, because I've learned to not going by the rules, not going by the directions, often leads to, I told you so. No, I didn't want to hear that, so. Oh, I'm tired, guys. Anyway, I'm now waiting for the pressure to drop. And once the little thing on there closes, it says it's safe to take the lid off, but I'm going to give it another 10-15 minutes after that, just because, like I said earlier, I've been burnt by steam and it sucks. Don't really feel like going through that again. So, and that's a nasty burn too. It's an instant blister and just, ugh. All right, guys, 1 o'clock in the morning and it's done. I'm gonna see if I can manipulate this phone with one hand. And this probably isn't the best idea, so I don't recommend it, but I'm going to try to remove these jars with the other hand and hope to the good Lord above nothing busts, nothing drops. Oh, those look nice. I think I might actually pulled it off, y'all. I don't know if that's normal or not. Looks like like an awfully lot of bubbles. I don't know, I hope it's supposed to do that. Man, I hope I didn't mess this up. It's like I can smell green beans, y'all. I hope I didn't mess this up. That's gonna suck. This one like instantly frosted, not frosted up, but fogged up. I don't know, guys. I guess we'll find out come morning. I hear that one fizzing. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Man, I hope I didn't mess this up. What is that? Getting concerned, y'all. Somebody please tell me in chat or comment and tell me this is okay. Oh. Because I know the water bathing I did on the pickles, there was no hissing, but I know this is a lot different as far as the amount of pressure and things like that. I mean, man, they look good though. Please, Lord, let these be. I hope I didn't waste all these beans. I'll be so disappointed because we really could use them. Pot smells like beans. Maybe that's normal. Maybe I'm just freaking out. I do that a lot. Y'all know me. I'm a warrior. And I said warrior. I will be a warrior if I have to be. But right now, I'm being a warrior. Man, they all getting this. They all turning white. It's like, what in the world? I don't know about it. Well, on a brighter note, I have heard a couple of them already pop, so I guess that's a good sign. I think this one here's popped. That one there's already went down. I did have some beans left over. Put them in the crock pot and set them on low for the night. Some fresh green beans and bacon in there. Cook it up. But anyway, this stuff's got me concerned. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's normal. We'll see. But anyway, guys, thank you for joining me and sitting with me and listening to me ramble while I did some pressure canning for the first time. Hopefully it wasn't all in vain. I'd hate to thought of losing a half a bushel of green beans, but you never know till you try, right? So, I'm going to bed. God bless y'all. I love each and every one of you guys. Pay close attention. See what's going on around you. And take this next week and a half and do what you can, when you can, how you can. Take care of yourselves and each other. Love you guys. Papa Prepper out.